Hello and welcome to our Tag Inspector, Tag Management, Tag Tips and Tricks video series. Wanted to cover here today. We're going to go through, we get a lot of questions about identifying how tags are loading just manually on a web page. Obviously, if you're familiar with our Tag Inspector scan reports, we break out that behavior so you can see very clearly within the tag hierarchy views within those reporting exactly how tags are being initiated on a site. But if you're just trying to do any sort of manual tests, want to look at it on an individual web page, just want to walk through here today exactly how you would go about accomplishing that. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to the web page that you're wanting to test. For the purposes of this video, we'll just be looking at our taginspector.com homepage screen. In order to be able to see all of the network activity or all the tags that are loading, the data that's being sent, all those hits, we're going to need to open up our development tools within the browser. I'm using a Chrome browser. All you need to do, and it's the same across any of the other major browsers, if you just right click on a page and you'll see an option for inspect. If you click that, it'll open up the development tools within that browser. It's going to put you in the Elements tab just by default. What we're going to want to do in order to be able to collect all of the network behavior, we just reload the page. Whenever this is open and a page is loaded, all of the network activity that's happening, which is just all the requests being sent from the page, tags that are loading, images, content that's being loaded in, all of that activity is going to be recorded here in the network tab. So in order to find the tag that we are looking for, it's really helpful to use our Tag Explorer plugin, which is a free Chrome plugin, and it's going to just collect the network activity and show you the different tags that are loading on a given page. What we use this for is, if we're wanting to see how is a specific tag being initiated, how is it being introduced to the page, we need to know exactly what the network request is so we can dig into it in the development tools. So Tag Explorer, we will clearly show all those platforms. If we click into whatever we are looking for, in this example, use Google Analytics, we can see those requests. In order to then know what to filter for within our development tools, we just need to see what's common here. So the common part of the requests, at least for where the data is being collected, is this collect piece in the page path. So now that we know this, we can just copy that, hop over into that network tab in the development tools in our console and paste that. So we're just filtering for the requests that contain that piece, which we know from Tag Explorer is our Google Analytics hits. So clicking into any of these hits, it's going to show us the data that's sent and all that. But for our purposes, we just want the general view here. In order to be able to see what is initiating that tag, there's an initiator column here within this. If we scroll over and just hover over the details there within the column for the specific hit, we're going to see this pop up. And this is showing us, in this case for these collect hits, that it's loading through this analytics.js file, which we can see here listed. So we know this hit is being sent from an analytics.js file. So now we're going to want to filter by analytics.js. And now we can see the initiator for that particular file. It looks like there's two different instances here on this page. One is index. Whenever you see index, that's something that's loading directly from the source of the page. The other one looks to be loading through gtm.js, which is the JavaScript for GTM. But if we wanted to dig even deeper and just confirm, how is GTM being loaded on that page, we can then come up here, filter by gtm.js, and here we have index. So we know that that's loading through the source of the page. So to summarize our findings here, the actual data collection hit by Google Analytics is being initiated from that analytics.js file. That file is being loaded through GTM, or the gtm.js snippet of JavaScript. And then that gtm.js is loading directly from the page source. So our tag load behavior is from the page source, GTM. GTM is initiating the analytics.js JavaScript snippet, which is then initiating our actual collect hit, sending that data. This process is the exact same for any tag that we're wanting to look at on the site. And just to quickly summarize, you're going to want to open up the development tools, refresh the page so we collect all the network activity, open up Tag Explorer to be able to identify what those hits look like, and then filtering within our network tab here, we can then identify the initiator for each of those hits or network requests that are sent, tracing that all the way back to the origin. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this can help you in really digging into how our tags being initiated on a page, tracing back piggybacking behavior, and helping with the cleanup on the site. As always, let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. Happy to help out in any way. Reach out to us on our Tag Inspector website, and happy scanning.